The AM radio's been cutting to weather alerts every 15 minutes since I started the drive out to the Hollister place. Static on AM/FM both, not the normal kind. This crackle's different. Pops like someone's flicking the speaker cone. I've worked for Greeley County Electric Co-op for 16 years, and I know what bad wiring sounds like through interference. This ain't that. My son Jesse called at 6:47 this morning. He's 14, stays with his mom during the week, me on weekends, has since the divorce 3 years back. School's in Horace, 12 miles east of here. He wanted to know if I'd heard about Mr. Vance, their AG teacher. I hadn't. Jesse said Mr. Vance didn't show up yesterday, and his truck's been sitting in the same spot in the staff lot since Tuesday. Engine's cold, doors unlocked, keys on the seat. Dad, that's weird, right? Mr. Vance is like obsessive about his truck. It's a 2019 Ram 2500 with the Cummins diesel. He waxes it every Sunday. The kid's got my habit of over-specifying vehicles when he's nervous. I told him it's probably nothing. Maybe Vance got sick, caught a ride home with someone else, forgot his keys. But Jesse doesn't forget details. If he says the keys were on the seat and Vance is obsessive about that truck, then yeah. That's weird. I'm thinking about that now because I'm pulling up to Dale Hollister's farm, and his John Deere 8 or 410 is sitting diagonal across the driveway. Driver's door open, engine off. Dale's not the kind of guy who leaves a $470,000 tractor sitting crooked with the door open. He's 71, been farming this section since before I was born, and he's got early-stage Parkinson's, but he's still sharp about his equipment. The service call came in at 7:23. Dispatch said Dale reported power surges, lights flickering, and a smell like ozone. Could be a fault in the main panel. Could be the transformer on the pole by his barn. That Siemens unit's been trouble since we installed it in 2019. I told dispatch I'd check it out before the second crew gets here at 9. I'm grabbing my Klein Tools meter and my Carhartt jacket from the passenger seat when I see the dust. It's rolling in from the west. Not like a normal dust cloud. We get those all the time this time of year, especially after harvest when the topsoil's loose. This one's got structure. It's moving in layers, dark brown at the base, lighter tan on top, and there's something in it. Flickers. Little bright spots like someone's striking matches inside the cloud. The hair on my arms is standing up. Literally. I can feel it through my shirt sleeves. I get out of the truck, 2015 F-250 company vehicle. I keep it cleaner than dispatch appreciates, and the air smells wrong. Ozone, yeah, but also something burnt. Not wood smoke. More like when you hold a 9-volt battery to your tongue as a kid. Metallic. Sharp. Dale. I'm walking toward the house. It's a white 2-story farmhouse, built in 1947 according to the county records I looked up when we ran service out here last year. Needs paint. The porch sags on the north corner where the foundation's settling. No answer. His truck, a 2003 Silverado 1500, primer gray patches on the driver's door, is parked by the garage. I'm noticing stupid details because that's what I do when something feels off. The garage door's open. I can see his workbench inside, the pegboard with tools hung up neat. Dale's vice grips are missing from their spot. He always keeps those vice grips second hook from the left. The wind picks up. I can hear it coming across the wheat stubble, that sound like radio static but deeper. The dust clouds may be half a mile out now. Those bright spots inside it are more frequent. They're not flickering. They're arcing. Electrical discharge. I've seen it before in big dust storms. The particles rub together, build up charge, you get lightning. But this is different. The arcs are lateral, horizontal. Lightning goes down. This is spreading sideways through the cloud like it's following a circuit. My phone buzzes. Text from Jesse. Dad, they just announced early dismissal. Something about weather. Can you pick me up? I text back. At a service call. Mom can get you right. 3 dots. Then, Mom's at work in Colby. Won't be back till 4. Colby's 47 miles northeast. If she's working at the Walmart distribution center like usual, she can't just leave. I check my watch, 7:51. School's 12 miles from here. The dust storm's coming from the west. School's east. Should be fine. Stay inside till it passes, I text. I'll be there by 10. I pocket the phone and head for the barn. That's where the main panel is. Dale's got the whole farm running off a 400 amp service, upgraded it in 2017 when he added the new grain dryers. The panel's mounted on the interior west wall, right next to the roll-up door. The barn door's open. I stop. Dale wouldn't leave the barn door open with a dust storm coming. You don't do that. Dust gets into everything. The equipment, the stored grain, the electrical systems. It's a pain in the ass to clean out, and if you get dust in a grain dryer's electrical panel, you're looking at a fire hazard. Dale knows that. Every farmer knows that. Dale, you in there? The wind's louder now. I can hear something rattling inside the barn, metal on metal. The smell's stronger. That battery on tongue smell mixed with something else. Underneath it. Sweet. No, not sweet. Rot. Like when you find a dead mouse in a wall cavity after it's been there a week in summer heat. I'm walking toward the barn. My meter's in my left hand. Klein Tools CL800 reads voltage, current, resistance. Got it at Sutherland Lumber in Tribune for $180 3 years ago. I'm thinking about the meter because I don't want to think about why Dale's barn door is open and why I can smell rot and ozone together. The interior's dark. The overhead fluorescents are off. Those Lithonia fixtures Dale installed last year. Good commercial grade stuff. There's light coming from the west wall though. The panel. It's glowing. Not the way panels glow when there's a short. Not red hot from overload. This is blue-white. Flickering. And there's sound coming from it. Crackling. Electrical discharge, continuous, like a Jacob's ladder at a science museum. I'm 5 feet from the panel when I see Dale. He's standing next to it. His back's to me. He's wearing his usual Carhartt overalls, tan, and a blue work shirt. His right hand's on the panel cover. His palms flat against it. The panel's energized. I can see the arcs jumping from the bus bars to the cover. If Dale's touching that, if his hand's on the metal cover while it's arcing, he should be convulsing. 400 amps at 240 volts. He should be dead. He's not moving. Dale, step back from the panel. My voice doesn't sound right. Too tight. Dale, you're touching an energized surface. Step back. Now. He doesn't move. The crackling gets louder. The blue-white light's brighter. I can see his hand now, the palm's black. Not burned. Black like charcoal. And there's dust sticking to it. The dust is moving. It's crawling up his forearm in streams, like iron filings toward a magnet, and where it touches his skin it's hardening, building up. His forearm's twice its normal size, coated in packed dust that's crackling with little arcs, hundreds of them, white-blue threads jumping between the particles. Dale. He turns around. His face. Jesus Christ, his face. His eyes are open, but they're not seeing. The whites are gone. They're gray like fog, and there's light behind them. Not reflection. Light from inside. His mouth's open and I can see his teeth, and between his teeth there's more dust packed in, and it's glowing. Faint blue. His skin's the wrong color. Too pale, gray pale like ash, and there are streaks on his cheeks. Dark streaks branching like Lichtenberg figures. Like when lightning hits someone and burns fractal patterns into their skin. He takes a step toward me. His foot hits the concrete floor, and there's a crack. Not the foot, the sound of discharge. A spark jumps from his boot to a metal toolbox 3 feet away. Then another spark. Then 5 more. They're spreading out from him in a radius, finding every piece of metal in the barn, and each time one connects there's that crack sound, and the smell of ozone gets stronger. I'm backing up. My hand's got the meter in a death grip. Stupid. A meter won't help. Nothing in my truck will help. This isn't a power surge. This isn't a fault in the panel. Dale takes another step. The sparks increase. They're jumping to the steel beams overhead now, to the grain auger by the east wall, to the roller door tracks. His whole body's surrounded by this crackling field, and the dust that's coating his arms and starting up his neck, it's glowing. Not bright. Faint. Like foxfire in rotted wood. Bioluminescent. Except it's not biological. His mouth opens wider. There's a sound coming out. Low frequency. Hum. Like a transformer under load, but it's coming from his throat. I'm running. Out of the barn. Across the yard. The dust storm's closer now, quarter mile maybe. I can see it clearly. The whole leading edge is lit up with those horizontal arcs, thousands of them, branching and reconnecting, and there are shapes in it. Dark shapes. Moving. Walking. My truck's 20 feet away. I'm thinking about Jesse. Horace Community School, room 214, Mrs. Pacheco's homeroom. 12 miles east. The storm's coming from the west. He should be fine. He has to be fine. Behind me there's that crack sound again. Multiple cracks. Overlapping. I look back. Dale's in the yard now. The sparks around him are constant, a sphere of discharge 6 feet in radius, and they're spreading to his truck, to the tractor, to the power pole by the driveway. The transformer on that pole, the one I came out here to check, starts humming. Loud. The hum rises in pitch, and then there's a flash and the transformer explodes. The tank ruptures. Mineral oil sprays out in an arc and catches fire where it hits the electrical discharge around Dale. The flames spread fast, across the oil, across the ground, toward the barn. I'm in my truck. Key in the ignition. The engine turns over. Power stroke diesel, 6.7 liter. Thank God it starts. I'm throwing it in reverse, backing down the driveway, and I can see Dale in the rearview mirror. He's not following me. He's just standing there, burning. The oil fires all around him, and he's not reacting. The dust coating his body is getting thicker. The flames aren't touching him. They're hitting the dust shell and stopping. I get the truck turned around. I'm accelerating. The road's dirt, washboard rough, and my phone's buzzing in the cup holder. I grab it. Text from Jesse. Dad, the power went out. And there's a smell. Like burning. My hands are shaking. I'm doing 50 on a dirt road that should be 30 max. The truck's bouncing. I'm typing with one hand. Stay inside. Lock the doors. Do not go outside. I'm coming. The dust storms to my left now, south of the road, moving parallel. I can see inside it. Those shapes. They're people. Farmers. They're walking through the dust, and the electrical arcs are jumping between them, connecting them, and everywhere they step the ground sparks. There are dozens of them. Maybe more. The dust is coating them the same way it coated Dale, building up in shells, hardening, and they're all glowing with that faint blue foxfire light. One of them turns toward the road. Toward me. I can't see the face, too much dust, but I can see the shape. The gait. That's Bill Kramer. I know that limp. Bill broke his hip 2 years ago working on his combine. He farms the section north of Dale's place. Bill shouldn't be walking. He died Thursday. I heard it at the co-op yesterday. Heart attack while checking his wheat stubble. The ambulance took him to Tribune, but he was already gone. He's walking now. I press the accelerator. The truck hits 60. The engine's screaming. I need to get to Jesse. 12 miles. Horace Community School. The storm's moving east. Same direction. But I'm faster. I have to be faster. The radio crackles. The AM station from Colby cuts out entirely, replaced by that popping static. Then a voice. Emergency broadcast. Mail. Flat tone. Reading from a script. Emergency alert. National Weather Service has issued a severe dust storm warning for Greeley, Wichita, and Scott counties until 11 a.m. Static discharge risk extreme. Ground all metal equipment immediately. Seek shelter indoors. Do not approach anyone displaying. The radio cuts to pure static. That popping, crackling kind. Then it goes dead. My phone buzzes again. Jesse. Dad, I can see it from the window. There's lightning in it, but it's not going up. What is that? I'm typing. Stay away from windows. Get to the interior hallway. Now. 3 dots. Then. Coach Henderson went outside to move his car. He's not coming back in. I'm doing 70. The school's 8 miles ahead. The dust storm's 5 miles to my left, and it's turning. Angling northeast. Toward Horace. Toward the school. Toward Jesse. My 14-year-old son who remembers that Mr. Vance drives a 2019 Ram 2500 with a Cummins diesel. Who notices when people don't come back inside. The storm's faster than it should be. Dust storms don't move this fast. They don't turn. They don't follow roads. But this one's following the power lines. I can see it now. The electrical discharge inside the storm is concentrating along the distribution lines running parallel to the road. The arcs are jumping from pole to pole, feeding off the current, and the storm's accelerating. It's pulling itself along the grid like it's a circuit, like it's alive. 7 miles to Jesse. The storm's 4 miles out and closing. I floor it. I'm 3 miles from Horace when I see the roadblock. 2 sheriff's department vehicles, Ford Explorers, white with the county seal, parked diagonal across Highway 96. Light bars flashing. There's a deputy standing in front of them. I know him. Randy Moss. Went to high school with his older brother. Randy's 42, got that gut that happens when you sit in a patrol car 8 hours a day eating gas station food. He's holding up his hand for me to stop. I'm not stopping. I ease off the gas, don't want to look like I'm trying to run him over, but I'm rolling down the window and leaning out while the truck's still moving. Randy, my son's at the school. I need to get to him. Road's closed, Tim. Randy's walking toward my truck. He's got his hand on his belt, not his gun, just resting there. Governor's declared a state of emergency. Nobody in or out of Horace until... Until what? I'm stopped now. Engine idling. The dust storm's visible in my driver's mirror, 3 miles back, maybe less, and it's still coming. That storm's headed straight for town. My kid's at the school. How's keeping me out here helping anyone? Randy glances over his shoulder, back toward Horace. His radio crackles, that same popping static that killed my AM reception. He taps it. Dispatch, this is Unit 12. Radio check. Nothing but static. Randy, I'm trying to keep my voice level. I've been a lineman for 16 years. I know electrical hazards. That storm's carrying static discharge like I've never seen. It blew a transformer at the Hollister farm. If it hits the substation in Horace, you're looking at fires. Multiple structures. The school's got metal roofing. If that charge hits it... Tim, I got my orders. Randy's walking back to his Explorer. Sheriff Deacon said nobody gets in. He's evacuating the school right now. Your boy will be fine. Evacuating them where? I'm out of the truck now. Randy, where are they evacuating to? If they put those kids on buses, and that storm catches them on the road. Randy's hand moves to his gun. Not pulling it, just touching it. Get back in your truck, Tim. We're not friends. I'm remembering that now. Randy's brother, the one I went to school with, that ended bad. Some dispute over a girl at a party senior year. Randy never forgot it. He's been looking for a reason to flex on me since he got his badge. My son is 14 years old, and he's in that building. My voice is too loud. I don't care. You're keeping me from him because Sheriff Deacon, who farms corn on the side and doesn't know shit about electrical infrastructure, gave you orders? Last warning. Randy's got his hand on his gun grip now. Not pulling it from the holster. Just resting there. Turn your vehicle around and head back to Tribune. They're setting up a shelter at the high school gym. Tribune's 20 miles west. The opposite direction from Jesse. From where I need to be. The radio in Randy's Explorer crackles again. This time there's a voice under the static. Female. Dispatch probably. Multiple reports breaking out of the storm. Repeat. Not natural. The transmission cuts off. Randy's face changes. He heard it too. He's looking past me now. At the storm. It's 2 miles out. I can see the leading edge clearly. That wall of dust, brown-black, maybe 200 feet tall, and the electrical arcs inside it aren't random anymore. They're forming patterns. Grids. Like circuit boards. And the shapes inside, the people, the farmers, whatever they are, they're spreading out. Forming a line. Walking in step. Jesus Christ. Randy's backing toward his Explorer. What is that? That's what I've been trying to tell you. I'm moving toward my truck. That's static discharge on a scale that doesn't happen naturally. It's following the power grid. The school's on the same distribution line as the Hollister farm. If that storm hits those lines, a crack, loud, like lightning striking metal. But it's not from the storm. It's from behind Randy, from the other Explorer. The light bar on top explodes, not sparks, actual explosion. The plastic housing shatters and flames shoot up 3 feet. Randy spins around. The fire's spreading down the roof of the Explorer, across the hood. There's nobody near it. No source. The fire just started. Then I see it. On the ground behind the Explorer. Scorch marks. Black lines in the asphalt. Branching patterns radiating out from the vehicle tires. Lichtenberg figures. The same patterns that were on Dale Hollister's face. Randy, move. I'm running for my truck. The charge is in the ground. Get away from the vehicles. He's not moving. He's staring at the burning Explorer. His hand's still on his gun like that's going to help. The radio in his belt crackles again. That popping static. Then it screams. High-pitched whine like feedback. Randy yells and rips the radio off his belt, throws it. The radio hits the asphalt and sparks. Little white-blue arcs jumping from the battery contacts to the ground. The ground. The arcs spread out from the radio in threads, connecting to the tire scorch marks, and where they connect the asphalt starts glowing. Faint blue. That same foxfire light I saw on Dale's dust coating. Randy, get in your vehicle and drive. Now. I'm in my truck. Key turned. The engine starts, thank God, and I'm throwing it in reverse. The roadblock's still there, but Randy's Explorer is on fire, and the other one has 4 feet of clearance on the passenger side. I can squeeze through. Randy's running now. To his Explorer. He gets the driver's door open, and I hear the engine turn over. He's trying to reverse. The tires spin. They're not moving. I can see smoke coming up from the wheel wells. The rubber's melting. The heat from the ground. No, not heat. Electrical resistance. The current's running through the tires, through the wheels, and it's cooking them. His Explorer lurches backwards 6 feet and stops. The engine dies. Randy's trying to restart it. I can see him through the windshield. He's turning the key, hitting the steering wheel. Nothing. The electrical system's fried. I'm past the roadblock. Through the gap. I should keep driving. Jesse's 2 miles ahead. The storm's 90 seconds behind me. Maybe less. Randy's getting out of his Explorer. He's running toward the ditch. Away from the vehicles. Smart. Get away from the metal. The arcs are spreading from both Explorers now. Hundreds of threads across the asphalt, through the dirt shoulder, following the fence wire along the road. The fence posts start smoking. The wires glowing red hot. I stop the truck. 50 feet past the roadblock. This is stupid. This is the kind of stupid that gets people killed. But Randy's got a radio, a vehicle radio, stronger than the handheld. If his electrical system fried, the radio's dead. No way to call for help. And the storm's coming. I lean out the window. Randy, get in. He's 30 feet from his burning Explorer. He looks at me, then at the storm. He runs for my truck. He's 10 feet away when the first one walks out of the dust. It's coming from the southwest, from the field parallel to the highway. Just walks out of the dust cloud like someone stepping through a doorway. Male. I can tell from the build. Wearing overalls. Blue denim. The whole body's coated in that hardened dust shell, maybe 3 inches thick. The face is completely covered. No features. Just a smooth dust mask with that glow underneath. Foxfire blue. Randy sees it. He stops running. His hand goes to his gun. He draws it, Glock 22, .40 caliber, standard issue for the county. He points it at the figure. Stop right there. Identify yourself. The figure doesn't stop. It keeps walking. Slow. Maybe 2 miles per hour. Each footstep hits the ground, and there's that crack sound. Discharge. Sparks spreading out in a 6-foot radius. One of the sparks hits the fence wire and travels along it, 50 feet in half a second, and jumps to the power pole at the corner of the field. The pole's creosote-treated wood. It catches fire instantly. Randy fires. 3 shots. Center mass. The bullets hit the dust shell and sparks fly. Actual sparks, like he's shooting at a grinding wheel. The dust cracks. Doesn't break. The figure keeps walking. Randy, get in the truck. I'm leaning out the window. My hands on the door handle. Stupid. Don't get out of the truck. The truck's rubber tires, insulated, safest place to be. Getting out is how you die. Randy fires 3 more shots. The slide locks back. Empty. He's reaching for his spare magazine. His hands are shaking. The figure's 20 feet away. The sparks around it are increasing. They're jumping to Randy's empty Explorer, to the fence, to the power lines overhead. One of the lines starts arcing. The insulation's breaking down. I can see the copper conductor underneath glowing orange. The figure stops, 10 feet from Randy. Its head, the dust-coated head with no features, tilts. Like it's looking at him, studying him. Randy's got the magazine out. He's trying to load it. He drops it. The magazine hits the asphalt, and he's bending down to pick it up. The figure lunges. Not fast. Not slow. Just sudden. Like it decided to move and moved. Its arm extends, the dust-coated arm, twice normal thickness, and grabs Randy's wrist. The wrist with the gun. Randy screams. It's not a scared scream. It's pain. Pure pain. I can see smoke rising from where the figure's touching him. His uniform sleeve is burning. The flesh underneath. The smell hits me even from 50 feet away. Cooked meat mixed with that ozone smell. The figure pulls Randy closer. Randy's still screaming. He's trying to pull away. The figure's other hand comes up and grabs Randy's face. Palm flat against his forehead. Randy's scream cuts off. His whole body goes rigid. The sparks around the figure increase. They're pouring into Randy now, through the contact points, and I can see his hair standing on end. His body's convulsing. The current's running through him. Then it stops. The figure lets go. Randy collapses. He hits the ground face first. He's not moving. There's smoke coming off his uniform. His exposed skin, his hands, his neck, his face, they're the wrong color. Gray. Ash gray. The figure turns toward my truck. I'm already moving. Gear and drive. Accelerator down. The truck lurches forward. In my rearview mirror I see Randy. He's moving. Not getting up. His fingers are twitching. His back's arching, like he's seizing. Then he rolls over. His eyes are open, gray-white. That fog color, and there's light behind them. I'm doing 60. The school's a mile and a half ahead. I can see the building now, single story, brick, built in 1985 according to the dedication plaque by the front entrance. Metal roof. The roof's smoking. No, not smoking. Glowing. Faint blue. The same glow. The static charge is already there. In the building. In the metal roof, the wiring, the plumbing. Following the distribution lines into the structure. Into the school where Jesse is. My phone's buzzing. I grab it. Text from Jesse. Dad, Coach Henderson came back. But he's not right. His face is wrong. Mrs. Pacheco locked us in the classroom, but he's in the hallway, and I can hear him at the door, and there's sparks coming under it. Dad, please hurry. I'm doing 70. The school's a half mile. I can see cars in the parking lot. 4 buses. Yellow. They're not moving. They're parked. Nobody's evacuating. Sheriff Deacon lied, or Randy misunderstood, or the evacuation failed. There are figures in the parking lot. 10 of them. Maybe more. Walking between the vehicles. The same slow, deliberate pace. They're wearing different clothes, some overalls, some jeans and work shirts, one in a suit jacket. All of them coated in that dust shell. All of them glowing. One of them stops at a bus. Puts its hand on the hood. The bus's headlights explode. All 4. Glass and plastic spraying across the lot. The figure moves to the next bus. Same thing. Methodical. It's destroying the vehicles. Making sure nobody can leave. I'm turning into the lot. My truck's the only thing moving. I can see faces in the school windows. Kids. Teachers. They're pressed against the glass. Watching. Some of them are pointing at my truck. Jesse's classroom is on the south side. Room 214. Mrs. Pacheco's English class. Windows facing the parking lot. I can see him. 4th window from the left. He's right up against the glass. His hands pressed to it. He sees me. His mouth's moving. Saying something. Dad. He's saying Dad. There's a figure between my truck and the building. Standing in the middle of the lot. Blocking the path. It's not moving. Just standing there. Waiting. I hit the horn. 3 short blasts. Move. Get out of the way. It doesn't move. I'm 50 feet away. 40. 30. It's not moving. I ease off the gas. I can't hit it. Can't risk disabling my truck. The figure's still not moving. 20 feet. 10. I'm gonna have to stop. Have to find another way around. Have to. The figure lunges. Right at the truck. Its hands hit the hood, and there's an explosion of sparks. The headlights blow. Both of them. The impact rocks the whole vehicle. I hear metal crumpling. The figure's not letting go. It's gripping the hood. Its fingers, dust-coated thick, are punching through the metal, finding the electrical system, the battery, the alternator. My dashboard lights flicker. The engine hiccups. No, not now. Not here. I'm 15 feet from the school entrance. Jesse's right there. 15 feet. The engine dies. All the electrical systems shut off. The figure's still on the hood. I can see its face. No, not a face, just that smooth dust mask, inches from the windshield. The cracks in the dust shell are glowing brighter. White hot. I grab my Klein Tools meter. The insulated one with the rubber grip. Useless. What am I going to do? Check its voltage. But it's all I have. I pop the door open. The dome light doesn't come on. No power. The figure's draining it all. I'm out of the truck. Running. Around the figure. Give it 6 feet. Avoid the discharge radius. It turns to follow me, but I'm faster. The school entrance is right there. Double glass doors. The main office. I hit the doors and they're locked. Open up. I'm pounding on the glass. It's Tim Gaskill. Open the door. There's someone inside. Mrs. Larkin. The school secretary. She's 70, been working here since Jessie was in 1st grade. She's shaking her head, pointing at something behind me. The figure. It's coming. That slow walk. Sparks spreading with each step. Please. I'm hitting the glass harder. My son's in room 214. Mrs. Larkin looks at me, then at the figure. It's 10 feet away. She reaches for the door lock. The figure lunges again. It hits me from behind. Both hands on my shoulders. The pain is instant. Electric. It's not like getting shocked from a circuit. That's sharp, sudden. This is continuous. Like someone's pressing hot metal rods into my spine. I'm screaming. I can't help it. My muscles lock up. I can't move. Can't pull away. Then it stops. The figure lets go. I collapse against the glass door. My shoulders are smoking. I can smell it. Burnt fabric. Burnt skin. My whole back feels like it's on fire. The figure's standing over me. Its hands reaching down. The door opens. Mrs. Larkins grabbed my wrist. She's pulling. I'm scrambling backward. The figure's hand misses my face by inches. I'm through the door. Mrs. Larkin slams it shut. Throws the deadbolt. The figure hits the glass. Its palm flat against it. The glass doesn't break. But I can see the handprint. Glowing. Blue-white. The glow's spreading. Following the metal frame around the door. The frame starts smoking. Mrs. Larkins pulling me away from the door. Tim, you're hurt. We need to. Jesse. Room 214. I need to get to him. We're locked down. All classroom doors are secured. He's safer there then. The glass door explodes. Not breaks. Explodes. The whole pane shatters inward. Safety glass. Little cubes spraying across the floor. The figure steps through. Its foot hits the tile floor and sparks spread out in a 10-foot radius. They follow the metal door frames. The electrical conduit in the walls. Every outlet in the main office starts arcing. Little white-blue threads jumping from the receptacles to the metal furniture. Mrs. Larkin screams. We're running. Down the main hallway. Past the gymnasium. The lights overhead are flickering. Some of them are exploding. The PA system's crackling. That same popping static. Then a voice comes through. Male. Flat. No emotion. Evacuate immediately, static discharge. Avoid all metal surfaces. The voice cuts off. Replaced by that hum. Low frequency. Transformer underload sound. But it's coming from everywhere. From the lights. From the walls. From the ventilation grates overhead. Room 214 is at the end of the south hallway. I'm running. My back screaming pain with every step. My shoulders feel like the muscles are torn. Don't care. Jesse's right there. 30 feet. 20. There's a figure in the hallway. Between me and room 214. It's wearing a Horace Wildcats coaching polo. Navy blue. The dust coating's thinner on this one. Must be newer. I can still see some facial features underneath. Coach Henderson. He teaches PE and coaches the girls' basketball team. He went outside to move his car. Jesse said that. He didn't come back in. He came back indifferent. Coach Henderson's head turns toward me. The dust coating on his face cracks. Underneath there's gray skin. Dead skin. His eyes are that fog gray color. Light behind them. His mouth opens and dust pours out. Not falls. Pours. Like water. It hits the floor and spreads. The floor tiles where it lands start glowing. That blue foxfire light. I stop running. Coach Henderson's blocking the door to 214. I can see Jesse through the window in the door. He's pressed against it. His hands on the glass. His face. Jesus, his face. He's terrified. He's 14 years old, and he's watching his dad face down something that used to be his gym coach. Coach Henderson takes a step toward me. The sparks around him are thick. Constant. They're jumping to the lockers lining the hallway. The locker doors start glowing. The metal's heating up. I can see the paint bubbling. Coach Henderson. My voice cracks. It's Tim Gaskell. Jesse's dad. I know you're in there. I know you can hear me. He takes another step. His mouth opens wider. More dust pours out. The hum gets louder. It's not coming from his mouth. It's coming from inside him. From his chest. Like his whole body's a resonance chamber. I'm backing up. Away from Jesse's door. Away from Jesse. But Coach Henderson follows. He's fixated on me. The living target. If I can draw him away, maybe Jesse can get out. Maybe Mrs. Pacheco can unlock the door and get those kids to another exit. That's right. Follow me. I'm moving backward down the hallway. Toward the gymnasium. Coach Henderson follows. The sparks increase. They're hitting every metal surface. The overhead fluorescent fixtures start shorting out. One by one. The hallway's getting darker. Just that blue glow from the dust. Behind Coach Henderson, I see room 214's door open. Mrs. Pacheco's face. She's looking at me. I nod. Get them out. She pulls the door wider. Kids start filing out. 8 of them. 10. 15. Jesse's last. He's looking at me. Run. I'm shouting. Jesse, run. Get out of the building. He hesitates. For 1 second he hesitates. Then he runs. The opposite direction. Away from Coach Henderson. Away from me. The other kids are following. Mrs. Pacheco's leading them toward the north exit, away from the parking lot, away from the figures. Good. That's good. Coach Henderson turns. He sees the kids, running, living targets. He starts to follow them. I run at him. I don't think about it. I just move. I hit him from the side. It's like hitting a mannequin coated in concrete. Hard. Dense. The dust shell doesn't give. My shoulder impacts and pain explodes down my arm. We go down. Both of us. Hit the tile floor. His hand grabs my arm. The pain's instant. Searing. I can smell my jacket burning. I roll away. My whole right arm's numb. Can't feel my fingers. Coach Henderson's getting up. Slow. Mechanical. Not like a person standing. Like something being lifted by strings. The dust coating's cracked from the impact. I can see underneath. His neck. There's no skin. Just gray tissue. Desiccated. Like jerky. He's dead. He's been dead. The static's animating the corpse. Using it like a battery. The dust shell is insulation. Containing the charge. When the shell cracks, the charge leaks out. That's why the sparks increase when they move fast. More cracks. More discharge. I'm on my feet. Running again. But not away. Toward the gymnasium. There's equipment storage in there. Metal racks. Grounding points. If I can create a better path for the discharge. Draw it away from the kids. Away from Jesse. The gym doors are ahead. I hit them. They swing open. The gymnasium's dark except for the emergency lights. Red battery backup LEDs. They're flickering. The static's affecting them too. Drawing power from the batteries. Coach Henderson follows me through the doors. The sparks around him spread across the wooden floor. The basketball court. The polyurethane finish starts smoking. The three-point lines painted with alkyd enamel. Metal particles in the paint. The line starts glowing, following the arc from baseline to baseline. The whole court's lighting up. Blue foxfire glow spreading across the wood. I'm at the equipment storage. Metal roll-up door. I grab the handle, rubber-coated, thank God. I pull. The door opens. Inside there's racks of basketballs, volleyball poles, gymnastics mats. And in the back, electrical panel. 200 amp service for the gym lighting and HVAC. I know this panel. I installed it. 2018, square D main breaker. Copper bus bars. Proper grounding to the building steel. I open the panel cover. The bus bars are energized. I can see the current. Not visible normally. But there's so much static in the air the ionization makes it glow. Faint purple. The color you see around high voltage transmission lines at night. Coach Henderson's 10 feet away. Still coming. Those slow, deliberate steps. I grab a volleyball pole, aluminum, 10 feet long, rubber cap on one end. I pry the cap off. The exposed metal underneath is what I need. Come on. I'm shouting at him, waving the pole. You want a conductor? Here's a conductor. I jam the pole into the panel. The metal end contacts the main bus bar. 200 amps at 240 volts. The arc is instant. Massive. White-blue flash that lights up the whole gymnasium. The pole conducts. The charge flows through it. Into me, no, I'm holding the rubber end insulated. Into the floor. The rubber gym floor. Non-conductive. Shit. This isn't working. The pole's arc welding to the bus bar. The metal's melting. But there's no ground path. No way to drain the charge. Coach Henderson's still coming. The sparks around him are drawn to the panel. To the arcing pole. He's walking straight toward it. Toward me. I let go of the pole. I'm running. Out of the storage area. Across the gym floor. The glowing three-point line. My feet hit the paint, and I feel it. Tingle. The charge is in the floor. Spreading. Looking for ground. For a path out. Behind me there's a sound. Crack. Massive. Thunder loud. Coach Henderson's reached the storage area. Reached the panel. Put his hand on the exposed bus bars. The explosion throws me forward. I hit the gym floor sliding. Roll. End up face down. My ears are ringing. I can't hear. Just high-pitched whine. I'm pushing up. Turning. The storage area is on fire. Actual fire. The electrical arc between Coach Henderson and the panel ignited the stored equipment. Rubber basketballs melting. Foam mats burning. The smoke's thick. Black. Chemical. Coach Henderson's standing in the center of it. His dust shell is glowing white-hot now. Cracks everywhere. The discharge around him is continuous. Lightning in a bottle. He's connected to the panel. The charge is flowing through him into the building's electrical system, into every circuit, every outlet, every light fixture. The whole school's lighting up, every fluorescent tube exploding simultaneously, glass raining down in the hallways, in the classrooms, sparks jumping from every metal surface. I'm up, running for the exit, north side, where Jesse went, where the kids evacuated, the smoke's filling the gymnasium. Following me, I hit the exit door. It's metal. I wrap my jacket around my hand and push. The door swings open. Daylight, fresh air, the smell of dust and ozone. I'm outside, the north parking lot. Empty. No cars. No buses. Where did they go? Where's Jesse? Then I see them. The kids. 20 of them. Maybe 30. They're in the field behind the school. Running. Mrs. Pacheco's with them. She's herding them. Trying to keep them together. Jesse's in the middle of the group. He's looking back. At the school. At me. Relief floods through me. He's out. He's safe. The dust storm hits. It comes from the west. Rolls over the school in a wave. 200 feet tall. The leading edge hits the building, and the electrical discharge is instant. Massive. Every window explodes. Every metal surface arcs. The whole structure lights up like a Christmas tree. Blue-white threads covering the brick. Following the mortar lines. The metal roof peels back. Sections ripping free. Flying. The wind inside the storm is hurricane force. And the figures, walking out of the dust. Dozens of them. Hundreds. All coated. All glowing. They spread out across the parking lot. Across the field. Moving toward the kids. Toward Jesse. Mrs. Pacheco sees them. She's screaming something. I can't hear. The wind's too loud. The kids scatter. They're running in different directions. Jesse's running east. Toward the old grain elevator 200 yards out. Good. That's good. The elevator's concrete. Non-conductive. Safe ground. I'm running after him. My back screaming. My right arm's not working right. Don't care. The figures are converging. Following the kids. They're slow but they're everywhere. Cutting off escape routes. Herding. They're herding the kids. Driving them toward the center of the field. Toward each other. Jesse's 50 yards ahead. He's fast. Always has been. Runs track. The grain elevator's 100 yards beyond him. He can make it. He has to make it. Then I see the one in front of him. Standing between Jesse and the elevator. Waiting. It's wearing a Carhartt jacket. Tan. The same color Dale Hollister wore. But it's not Dale. Too short. Too thin. I don't recognize the build. Don't recognize the gait. Could be anyone. Could be someone from town. Could be someone's dad. Jesse sees it. He stops running. He's looking around, trying to find another path. But there are more figures closing in. From the left. From the right. From behind. They're surrounding him. I'm running harder. Ignoring the pain. Ignoring everything. Jesse, stay away from them. Don't let them touch you. He hears me. Turns. His face. Jesus Christ, the fear on his face. He's 14. He's my son. He's all I have. The figure in front of him lunges. Jesse dodges. He's quick. The figure's hand misses. Jesse runs to the left. There's a gap in the circle. 2 figures with maybe 8 feet between them. He can fit. He's sprinting for it. I'm 40 yards behind. 30. The gap's closing. The figures are adjusting. Moving to cut him off. Jesse's not going to make it. The angle's wrong. They're going to catch him. Jesse down. Hit the ground. He drops. Slides. Baseball slide. His feet first. Under the reaching hands of the figure on the left. He's through. He's up. Running. But the figure behind him is faster than it should be. It's not walking anymore. It's running. The dust shell cracks with each step. Sparks everywhere. It's losing cohesion. Losing the insulation. The charge is leaking out faster. Making it move faster. Feedback loop. The more it moves, the more it cracks, the more it moves. It's going to catch him. I'm 20 yards behind. Can't close the gap. Can't reach him in time. Jesse's running for the grain elevator. 15 yards away. 10. The figure's right behind him. Its hands reaching out. Jesse hits the elevator wall. Concrete. He presses himself against it. The figure's hand hits the wall inches from his head. Concrete's non-conductive. The discharge stops at the surface. Sparks spreading across the concrete, but not through. Not into Jesse. The figure pulls back. It's confused. The AI or reflex or whatever's driving it can't figure out why the charge isn't flowing. It's not alive. Can't problem solve. Just follows paths of least resistance. Jesse's sliding along the wall, keeping the concrete between him and the figure. Smart kid. Smart. The figure follows. That slow walk again. The fast movement burned too much energy. Cracked the shell too much. It's conserving now. I reach Jesse. I'm between him and the figure. My back to it. Facing Jesse. You hurt? No. His voice cracks. Dad, what are they? Later. We need to move. Stay against the wall. The concrete grounds the discharge. Keep it between you and them. Jesse nods. We're moving. Sidling along the elevator wall. The figure follows. But there are more coming. From the field. From the school. Maybe 20 of them. They're forming a perimeter around the elevator. Trapping us. No. Not trapping. Hurting. They're pushing us. Toward the east side of the elevator. Where the loading dock is. Where the metal equipment is. Where the discharge can reach us. I look at Jesse. At his face. At the fear but also the trust. He's looking at me like I have answers. Like I can fix this. Like I can fix everything because I'm his dad and I'm supposed to know what to do. The figures are 10 feet away. On 3 sides. Closing in. And behind them, the dust storm. Still coming. Still spreading. Still harvesting. Then I see it. The service door. West side of the elevator. Steel door, painted gray, half hidden behind a concrete support column. The interior access. I installed the lightning protection system from inside that structure in 2016. Climbed those ladders to mount the roof hardware. Jesse. The door. 10 feet behind you. When I say run, you run for it. Don't stop. Don't look back. Dad. Now. We break from the wall. Sprinting. The figures lunge, but they're too slow. We're through the door. I slam it behind us. Metal on metal. There's no lock. Just a handle. I'm holding it. The door rattles. Something's hitting it from outside. The figures. Testing it. Trying to get in. But they don't have the motor control. Can't turn handles. Can't problem solve. They just push. Just hit. The door holds. For now. Interior of the grain elevator. Dark except for light leaking through ventilation slits near the ceiling. The service ladder's right in front of us. Steel rungs bolted into the concrete. Leads up to the inspection platform 70 feet up. I installed the lightning protection on this structure in 2016. Copper ground rods every 20 feet around the perimeter. Code requires it for agricultural structures over 40 feet. The whole thing's designed to channel lightning strikes safely to ground. Which means it's got grounding capacity. The door behind us rattles. Harder now. The figures are concentrating their effort. Pushing. The metal's denting inward. They're not smart, but they're strong. Persistent. Eventually they'll break through or find another way in. Up. I'm pushing Jesse toward the ladder. Climb to the top platform. Go. Dad, that's metal. Jesse's looking at the ladder. At the steel rungs. You said avoid metal. The rungs are bonded to the concrete structure. Grounded. As long as you're touching both the rungs and the concrete, the charge equalizes. You're part of the ground path. Safe. I hope. I'm 70% sure. Maybe 60. The grounding system's designed for lightning. High voltage, short duration. Not continuous static discharge. But it's better than staying down here. Jesse climbs. I'm right behind him. My right arm's barely working. The muscles are damaged from where Coach Henderson grabbed me. I'm pulling myself up one-handed mostly. Each rung is agony. The figures are at the base. 6 of them. They're not following. Can't climb. Whatever's animating them doesn't have that motor control. They're just standing there, waiting. We reach the first platform, 20 feet up. Jesse's breathing hard. How long do we stay up here? Until the storm passes. I'm looking west. The dust clouds over the school now. The building's completely engulfed. I can see the discharge inside the dust, those horizontal arcs, thousands of them forming circuit patterns. The figures inside are moving through the school. Systematic, room by room, looking for anyone left. Dad, what about Mom? Jesse's looking at me. She's in Colby. Is this happening there too? I don't know. Colby's 47 miles northeast, outside the immediate storm path. But if this is spreading along the power grid, following the distribution lines. She's at the Walmart distribution center? Jesse nods. That's a big facility. Steel structure. Good grounding. She should be safe. Should be. I don't know. I don't know anything anymore except that my son is alive and next to me, and that's what matters right now. My phone's in my jacket pocket. I pull it out. No signal. The screen shows 0 bars. Emergency calls only. I try anyway. Call Jesse's mom. Rebecca. The phone doesn't even try to connect. Network's down. The storm must be interfering with the cell towers. Or the towers are down. Or everyone's trying to call at once, and the system's overloaded. I try 911. Nothing. Same message. Emergency network unavailable. Can you get anything? I'm handing the phone to Jesse. Try your mom. Try anyone. Jesse takes it. His hands are steadier than mine. He's got that teenager ability to compartmentalize. Focus on the immediate task. Not think about the bigger picture. Not yet. That'll come later. Tonight. Tomorrow. When this is over and he processes what he saw. What almost grabbed him. If this is over. He's trying messages. Text, Snapchat, Instagram. Nothing sending. He hands the phone back. Dead air. Below us, the figures are spreading out. Not leaving. Just repositioning. Creating a perimeter around the elevator. They're not in a hurry. They can wait. They don't get tired. Don't get hungry. Don't get anything except whatever electrical impulses keep their muscles contracting. Keep their legs moving. Keep them hunting. I'm counting them. 23 visible from this angle. More coming from the school. From the fields to the south. They're converging on our position, but also spreading out. Following the roads. The power lines. Moving in the same general direction like iron filings following magnetic field lines. That's what this is. They're not thinking. Not planning. Just following the electrical gradients. The storm moves through. The discharge reanimates the dead, and the reanimated corpses follow the current. Moving toward power sources. Toward concentrations of electrical activity. Toward living bodies with bioelectrical signals. Hearts beating. Nerves firing. They're drawn to it like moths to flame. Simple. Mechanical. Deadly. Tim Gaskill. The voice comes from below. Male. Familiar. I look down. There's a figure at the base of the ladder. Different from the others. The dust coating's thinner. I can see features underneath. Face. Square jaw. The Stetson hat. Sheriff Deacon. He's still wearing his sheriff's uniform. Tan shirt. Brown pants. The badge on his chest is glowing. The metal's conducting the charge, creating a bright spot on his dust-coated torso. His mouth moves. The dust cracks around his lips. Tim Gaskill. Come down. Jesse grabs my arm. Dad, it knows your name. Sheriff Deacon's head tilts up, looking at us. His eyes are that gray fog color. Light behind them. But there's something else. Movement. Pattern recognition. Emergency protocol. All citizens evacuate to designated shelter. Horace High School Gymnasium. 20 miles west. It's repeating his last orders. Before he died. Before the storm got him. Playing them back. The vocal cords still work. The lungs still push air. The muscles still contract when the static pulses through them. It's like a recording. A broken recording playing on loop. Tim Gaskill. This is Sheriff Deacon. I am ordering you to. The voice cuts off. Static. That popping, crackling sound. Then a different voice. Female. Also familiar. Everyone please remain calm. This is a temporary disruption. Mrs. Larkin. The school secretary. I saw her in the main office. She was alive. Pulled me through the door. She was alive. The voice cuts. Replaced by another. Male. Young. Dad, there's something wrong with. That's Jesse's voice. Not Jesse next to me. A recording. From a phone call. From when? This morning? Yesterday? The figures are playing back sounds. Voices they heard before they died. Or voices from phones. From radios. From any electrical device that captured sound. The statics making their vocal cords reproduce it. Random playback. No meaning. No intelligence. Just electrical impulses triggering muscles. Making sounds. Stop. Jesse's voice. Actual Jesse. Next to me. Quiet. Scared. Make it stop. I can't make it stop. I don't know how to make it stop. I'm a lineman. I fix power outages. Replace transformers. Run new service lines. I don't know how to fight something that's using corpses as batteries to walk and reproduce random sounds. Sheriff Deacon's moving. Not toward the ladder. Toward the east side of the elevator. Where the loading dock is. where the conveyor system connects. All metal. If he can create a charge path from there to the ladder, up to us. We need to keep moving. I'm pushing Jesse toward the next ladder. Up. The top platform's 50 feet higher. Farther from the ground. Farther from their reach. Go. Climb. Jesse climbs. I'm following. Each rung sends pain through my shoulders, my back, my right arm. The burns from Coach Henderson are deep. 2nd degree at minimum. The fabric of my jacket's melted into the wounds. I can feel it pulling every time I move. We reach the 2nd platform. 40 feet up. The view from here. Jesus. The whole town's visible. Horace. Population 437 according to the sign on Highway 96. I can see Main Street. The grocery store, Pearson's Market, family-owned since 1952. The gas station, fast stop, diesel pumps on the north side. The houses. The churches. First Baptist, Methodist, Catholic. All the structures are glowing. That blue foxfire light spreading across every surface. The power lines connecting them are arcing. Continuous discharge jumping from pole to pole. And the figures. Hundreds of them. Maybe more. Walking through the streets. Through the yards. Entering houses. Emerging with more figures. The newly converted. The newly harvested. Dad. Jesse's pointing south. Look. The horizon. The dust storm's edge is visible. It's not stopping. Not dissipating. It's spreading. Rolling south and east. Following the power grid. Following the high-tension transmission lines that connect the rural distribution system to the regional network. To the substations. To the cities. To Colby. To Goodland. To Oakley. To every town in western Kansas that's connected to the grid. This isn't local. This isn't contained. This is exponential. I'm doing the math. Can't help it. It's what I do. Load calculations. Distribution capacity. There are 1.3 million people in western Kansas. The grid connects everything. Every town, every farm, every structure with electrical service. If the storm reaches the major substations, the 115 kV lines that feed into the 345 kV transmission backbone, it'll spread across the entire state. Across the region. The Eastern Interconnection serves 214 million people from Saskatchewan to Florida. The discharge follows the path of least resistance. The power grid is the path. We built it. We connected everything. We created the perfect transmission system for this static plague. Can they get up here? Jesse's looking at the ladder below us. The figures are at the base. More of them now. 30. 40. They're not climbing, but they're gathering. Waiting. I don't think so. They don't have the motor control. I'm watching them. Their movements are simple. Walk. Reach. Grab. No fine manipulation. No problem solving. As long as we stay up here. One of the figures moves to the concrete wall. Puts both hands on it. The discharge intensifies around its hands. White-blue arcs pouring into the concrete. The concrete starts glowing. The glow spreads, following the rebar inside. The structural steel that reinforces the elevator walls. The steel that connects to the grounding system. The grounding system that connects to the ladder. The ladder rungs start glowing. Faint. Just the beginning. But it's spreading upward. Rung by rung. The charge is finding a path. Up. Now. I'm pushing Jesse to the next ladder. The one that goes to the top platform. 70 feet total elevation. That's all that's left. After that there's nowhere to go except the roof. And the roof's metal. Standing on it would be like standing on a live wire. We climb. My vision's blurring. Blood loss? Shock. The pain's constant now. Not spikes anymore. Just continuous. My body's shutting down non-essential functions. Diverting resources to keep moving. Keep climbing. Keep Jesse alive. Top platform. 70 feet up. The wind's stronger here. The dust storm's close. Maybe a mile west. I can see inside it clearly now. The structure. The organization. The figures aren't scattered randomly. They're in formation. Lines. Grids. Like a circuit diagram made of corpses. Walking in synchronization. Following the same electrical pull toward concentrations of bioelectric activity. Dad, the ladder. Jesse's pointing down. The glows reach the second platform. 20 feet below us. It's accelerating. The figures below are multiplying the input. 5 of them now with hands on the concrete. Pouring charge into the structure. The grounding system's overloading. It was designed for momentary lightning strikes. not sustained high-amperage input from multiple sources. The platform under our feet starts humming. I can feel it through my boots. The steel decking's vibrating, resonating with the frequency of the discharge. 60 Hz, grid frequency. The whole elevator structure is becoming a conductor, an antenna, receiving and amplifying the storm's signal. Jesse's looking at me, waiting for solutions, for the plan, for Dad to fix it, because Dad always fixes things. Dad's a lineman. Dad understands electrical systems. Dad knows what to do. I don't know what to do. The ladder below us is glowing bright now. White hot. The paint's burning off. Smoke rising. In 30 seconds, maybe less, the charge will reach this platform. The steel decking we're standing on will energize. Our rubber-soled boots will insulate us for maybe 5 seconds. Then the voltage will overcome the resistance. The current will find a path. Through us. Through Jesse. There's a roof hatch. Above us. Steel door. Leads to the elevator roof. I installed the lightning rod up there. A copper spike with braided cable running down the exterior to the ground rods. The roof itself is metal. Standing on it means instant electrocution under normal circumstances. But the copper lightning rod is there, connected to the grounding system. A dedicated path. If I can get Jesse onto that cable, if he can hang from it, insulated from the roof, using the cable itself as ground. No, that's insane. The cable's a 1/4 inch thick. Can't support his weight. He'd fall 70 feet. And even if it held, his hands would conduct. He'd be part of the circuit. The discharge would flow through him into the cable, into the ground. He'd cook from the inside. Cardiac arrest in seconds. There's no way out. I'm looking at Jesse. At his face. At his eyes. He's 14. He plays trumpet in the school band. He's got A++ average. He wants to study engineering at K-State like I did. He remembered that Mr. Vance drives a 2019 Ram 2500 with a Cummins diesel because he pays attention to details. Because he's like me. He's all I have. He's all that matters. He's my son. The platform decking starts glowing. Blue-white. The charge has reached us. Jesse. My voice sounds calm. That surprises me. I need you to listen very carefully. Dad, what are we? Listen. I'm gripping his shoulders. Both hands. The pain doesn't matter. When I tell you, you're going to jump. Off the platform. Away from the structure. As far as you can. That's 70 feet. The wind from the storm. It's creating updrafts. Thermal columns. The dust is being held aloft by rising air. When you jump, spread your arms and legs. Maximize surface area. The updraft will slow your fall. Not stop it, but slow it. You'll hit hard, but you'll survive. Dad, that's crazy. I'll die. You'll die here. For certain. You jump, you've got a chance. I'm looking at him. Into his eyes. Memorizing his face. The details. The constellation of freckles across his nose. The scar on his left eyebrow from when he fell off his bike when he was 8. The way his hair never sits flat in the back no matter how much he combs it. You're a smart kid. Smarter than me. You've got your whole life ahead. You're going to study engineering. You're going to build things. Fix things. Make things better. You're going to do everything I didn't. I'm not jumping without you. Jesse. No. His voice cracks. You jump, I jump. We go together. The platform's vibrating harder. The humming's louder. The steel's heating up. I can feel it through my boots. 30 seconds. Maybe less. I'm calculating. Both of us jump. Combined weight 340 pounds. Surface area insufficient for updraft to make significant difference. Impact velocity approximately 50 miles per hour. Survival probability minimal. But minimal isn't zero. One of us jumps. Weight 140 pounds. Jesse's weight. Surface area to weight ratio better. Survival probability maybe 30%. Still terrible. Still most likely fatal. But 30 is better than 0. I can't make him jump alone. He won't do it. He said it. We go together or not at all. He's 14 and stubborn, and he's my son, and I love him, and I can't force him to save himself. So we jump together. We fall together. Maybe we die together. But maybe, the updraft catches us enough. Maybe we hit the dust piles. Maybe the loose topsoil cushions the impact. Maybe we survive. Maybe. Okay. I'm taking his hand. Together. We count to 3 and jump. Away from the structure. As far out as you can push. Arms out. Legs out. Make yourself a kite. The wind will catch you. Trust the wind. Jesse nods. his hands shaking in mine. Or maybe that's my hand shaking. Can't tell anymore. The platform decking glows brighter. The heat's intense now. The rubber on my boots is melting. I can smell it. We're out of time. 1. I'm gripping Jesse's hand tighter. 2. A sound. Behind us. Metal scraping. The roof hatch. It's opening. Someone's on the roof. Someone's. A hand reaches through. Human. Gloved. Work gloves. Leather. Not dust-coated. Living. Grab on. The voice is male. Older. Familiar. I can't place it. Both of you. Now. I grab the hand. It pulls. Hard. Jesse's got my other hand. We're being pulled up. Through the hatch. Onto the roof. Metal roof. We should be electrocuting. We're on a live surface. We should be. We're not. The roof's not conducting. The surface is coated with something. Rubber. Someone's laid industrial rubber matting across the entire roof surface. Electrical insulation. The kind we use for high voltage work. The man pulling us up is in his 60s. Weathered face. White hair under a Senex feed cap. I know him. Roy Carlson. He farms the section east of town. I ran a new service line to his property last year when he upgraded his irrigation system. Inside. Quick. Roy's pulling us toward a structure in the center of the roof. It's a utility shed. Sheet metal. But it's wrapped in copper mesh. Faraday cage. Electromagnetic shielding. The doors open. There are people inside. 6 of them. 7. More. Faces I recognize. Townspeople. Roy shoves us through the door. Slams it behind us. The interior's dark except for battery lanterns. LED. The faces are all looking at us. At me. At Jesse. Tim. That's Doc Patterson. He's 74. Retired veterinarian, but still the closest thing Horace has to medical. You're hurt. Sit down. Let me look at those burns. Jesse first. I'm pushing my son toward document, make sure he's okay. Doc checks Jesse. Quick exam. Hands, arms, neck. He's fine. Scared but not injured. He turns to me. You, on the other hand. I don't care. Jesse's alive. Jesse's safe. Jesse's here. That's all that matters. The rest is just pain. Pain I can handle. Roy's at the door, looking out through a gap in the copper mesh. Storm's almost here. 2 minutes. Maybe less. Will this hold? Someone asks. Female voice. I can't see who. Faraday cage blocks electromagnetic discharge. As long as the mesh is intact and we're insulated from the outside surface, we're invisible to the charge. Can't detect us. Can't reach us. Roy's voice is confident. But there's something underneath. Doubt? Fear? That's the theory anyway. You've done this before? That's me asking. My voice sounds far away, like someone else is talking. No. Built it 3 days ago when the weather service started reporting the anomalous static readings. Did the math. Figured if things went bad, this'd be the safest place. Turns out I was right. Roy's still looking out. Wish I'd been wrong. 3 days ago. The weather service was tracking this 3 days ago. Before the first casualties. Before Dale Hollister. Before any of this became visible. They knew. I'm sitting down. My legs aren't working right anymore. The authorities. They knew this was coming. Of course they knew. That's a new voice. Male. Angry. I look over. Vernon Hoffman. He's on the county commission. Farms corn and soybeans. Got a call from the state emergency management Tuesday morning. They said stay inside, don't travel, wait for evacuation orders. Didn't say why. Didn't say what was coming. Just said trust us, we'll handle it. They didn't handle shit. That's Roy. They left us to die. Or worse. To become those things down there. Sheriff Deacon's voice. On the radio. Evacuation orders. He knew. The state knew. The federal government probably knew. They had days to evacuate the region. To shut down the power grid. To ground the transmission lines. They didn't. They told people to shelter in place. They told people to trust them. They lied. How many? I'm asking. How many made it to shelter? Roy looks at the people in the shed. Counts. 17. Out of 437. That's everyone who believed me when I said something was wrong. Everyone else thought I was crazy. Paranoid old farmer worried about nothing. 17 survivors. 420 converted. If those ratios hold across every town the storm hits, I can't think about that. Can't think about the scale. Think about Jesse. Think about the 17 people in this shed. Think about surviving the next hour, the next day. Think about the storm hits. The sound is deafening. Wind screaming across the metal roof. The whole structure shakes. The copper mesh glows. Bright blue. The discharge is everywhere. Searching. Probing. Looking for a path inside. The Faraday cage holds. The charge flows around us. Over us. Through the mesh into the grounding cables. Into the earth. We're invisible inside an electromagnetic dead zone. But I can hear them. Below us. The figures. They're at the base of the elevator. They know we're here. They can't sense us electrically, but they saw us climb up. They know we didn't come down. They're waiting. They can wait forever. We can't. I'm looking at Roy. At the supplies in the shed. Water jugs. MREs. Medical kit. Battery packs. He planned for this. Prepared for siege. But how long? How much food? How much water? 3 days. Roy's watching me. Reading my thoughts. We've got supplies for 3 days. After that we need to resupply or evacuate. 3 days. The storm will have passed by then. Spread east. Converted everyone in its path. Left the animated corpses behind to harvest any survivors. Then what? Jesse's asking. His voice is small. Scared. Where do we go? Nobody answers. Because there's nowhere to go. The power grid connects everything. The storm follows the grid. And we built the grid everywhere. Connected every town. Every city. Every home. Created a network spanning the continent. Created a circuit for the storm to follow from coast to coast. We did this. Engineers like me. Linemen who ran the cables and installed the transformers and connected the system. We built the infrastructure that's killing us. I'm looking at my hands. The hands that installed those transformers. Those lightning rods. Those grounding systems. I built part of this infrastructure. Made the connections. Made the path. Outside, the storm rages. Inside, 17 people wait to die. And I don't know how to save them. Day 2. Jesse's asleep against the shed wall. Doc Patterson gave him something. Antihistamine from the medical kit. Makes you drowsy. He needs the rest. Needs to not think about what's outside. What's waiting. I haven't slept. Can't. Every time I close my eyes, I see Coach Henderson's dust-coated face. Dale Hollister standing in flames. Randy Moss getting grabbed. The handprint glowing on his forehead. Roy's at the door gap. Watching. He's been rotating watch with Vernon and 2 others. Pete Alvarez, who runs the Fast Stop, and Diane Kruger, who teaches 3rd grade. 4-hour shifts. Making sure the figures don't find a way up. Don't breach the Faraday cage. They haven't tried. They just wait at the base. 43 of them now. More arrived during the night. Walking in from the fields. From the town. From the roads. All converging on the grain elevator. On us. They know we're here. Can't sense us electrically, but they saw us climb. They're patient. Tim. Roy's voice is quiet. Come look at this. I get up. My back screams. Doc Patterson cleaned the burns. 2nd degree like I thought. Some 3rd degree on the right shoulder where Coach Henderson's grip was longest. He used the medical kit's burn gel. Wrapped them. Gave me ibuprofen from someone's purse. It's not enough. The pain's constant. But I can move. That's what matters. I look through the gap. The dust storms past. Clear sky. Blue. Like nothing happened. But the town. Jesus. Horace is gone. Not destroyed. Converted. Every structure's coated in that dust. Packed and hardened like adobe. The streets are brown. The houses are brown. Everything's the same color now. Same texture. Like the whole town's been dipped in clay. And the figures. Hundreds of them. Maybe more. They're everywhere. Standing in yards. In driveways. On porches. Not moving. Just standing. Facing random directions. No pattern I can see. Waiting for something. Instructions? More living targets? The power lines are down. Roy's pointing. Every pole from here to the highway. Snapped or burned through. The grid's dead. He's right. I can see it. The distribution poles along Main Street. Every one of them is either collapsed or the lines are severed. The transformers are blown. Black scorch marks on the tanks. Mineral oil leaked out and dried. The whole electrical infrastructure that fed the town is destroyed. So the storm can't spread anymore. That's Vernon. He's standing behind us. Listening. No power grid, no path for the discharge. It's contained. No. I'm shaking my head. The storm doesn't need the grid anymore. It's got the bodies. They're mobile batteries. They can walk. Spread out. Each one carries enough charge to infect others through direct contact. The grid was just the initial vector. Fast expansion. Now it's got a distributed network. It can spread anywhere. Slower, but unstoppable. Vernon's face goes pale. How long before they reach Colby? Colby, where Rebecca works. Jesse's mom. 47 miles northeast. Walking speed 2 miles per hour. If the figures started walking yesterday, they're already there. Roy's looking at something, pointing northwest. Look, on the horizon. Smoke. Black columns rising. Multiple locations. Too far to see details, but I know what it means. Fires. Structures burning. The same thing that happened here. The discharge igniting everything it touches. Colby's bigger than Horace. 6,000 people. More structures. More fuel. More conversions. Rebecca. Jesse's voice. He's awake. Standing next to me. Looking at the smoke. His face. God, his face. Dad, Mom's there. We don't know that. I'm trying to keep my voice steady. The distribution center's on the north side. The fires look like they're downtown. She might have evacuated. Might have made it to where? Jesse's looking at me. You said they're everywhere. You said it follows the grid, and the grid connects everything. Where could she evacuate to? He's right. There's nowhere. The Eastern Interconnection covers 39 states and half of Canada. If the storm's spreading along that network, if it's converting every person it reaches, there's no safe zone. Not anymore. Maybe in the mountains where the grid's sparse. Maybe in the deep rural areas with only local generation. But the cities, the towns, anywhere with population density, those are all gone or going. We need a plan. That's Diane. She's got 3 kids, 2 in high school in Oakley, 1 in college in Manhattan. She hasn't mentioned them, hasn't asked about them. She knows. We can't stay here. 3 days of food, Roy said. Today's day 2. Tomorrow we're out. We break for the vehicles. Pete's talking. There's cars in town. Key's probably still in them. We make a run, get to the highway, drive south. Get away from the population centers. Find somewhere the storm hasn't reached yet. The vehicles won't start. I'm watching the figures below. The electrical systems are fried. Same thing that happened to Randy's Explorer. The static discharge cooks the electronics. Anything with a computer, sensors, fuel injection. Dead. Older vehicles. Vernon's thinking it through. Pre-computer. Carbureted engines. Mechanical ignition. Those might still work. He's right. Anything before 1981 or so. Before electronic fuel injection became standard. Before emissions computers. Those systems are mechanical. Points and condenser ignition. Might survive the electromagnetic pulse. Might. Who in Horace drives something that old? Roy's asking. We're all thinking. Going through the town's vehicle inventory mentally. Most people drive newer trucks. 2010s, 2020s. All computerized. But there's always a few holdouts. Classic collectors. Farm trucks kept running because they're paid off and they work. He's got a 1975 Ford F-250. Highboy. 4x4, 390 V8. Mechanical everything. I worked on it with him last summer when his alternator died. He might have made it out. Might have. Gene's one of them. Roy's voice is flat. I saw him yesterday morning. Before the storm hit. He was checking his fence line. The storm got him first. He's out there now. Out there. Dust-coated. Converted. His 1975 F-250 parked at his farmhouse 3 miles north. Key's probably in the ignition because Gene never locked his doors. Never thought he needed to. We go to Gene's place. I'm saying it before I think it through. Get his truck. Drive south. Find a gap in the storm's coverage. Find somewhere we can. Can what? Diane's voice breaks. Hide? Wait for this to blow over? It's not blowing over, Tim. You said it yourself. It's spreading. Following the grid. Converting everyone. There's nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. We're just delaying the inevitable. She's right. But I'm looking at Jesse. At my son. At his face. He's 14. He deserves more than 2 days. More than dying on top of a grain elevator because we ran out of food and water. He deserves a chance. Even if it's small. Even if it's probably pointless. We try. That's all I've got. We try because the alternative is giving up. And I'm not ready to give up. If we go to Gene's place, we have to go through town. Roy's thinking tactically. Main Street's the only route, and there's 50+ figures on Main Street, just standing there. We step off this roof, they'll sense us, surround us. We won't make it 10 feet. The rubber matting. I'm looking at the insulation Roy laid on the roof. We take it with us, create an insulated path, lay it down as we move. Stay on the rubber, we're isolated from the ground. The figures can't sense us electrically. How much matting you got, Roy? Vernon's asking. 60 feet. Give or take. Roy's calculating. Main Street to the edge of town is quarter mile. We'd need 1,200 feet. And we can't carry 60 feet of industrial rubber matting while running from those things. He's right. It's not feasible. The matting's heavy, unwieldy. We'd be carrying it in sections, laying it down, picking up the rear sections, moving them forward. Slow. Exposed. The figures would converge, would surround us, would wait for us to make a mistake. Step off the mat. Touch bare ground. Make contact. What about the vehicles here? Jesse's asking. The cars in the parking lot. Are any of them old enough? I'm looking down at the lot. For cars visible from this angle. 2 trucks. All newer models. 2015 or later. All dead. Wait. Pete's squinting at something. Is that Roy's truck? Roy looks. Yeah. 2018 Ram. Computer-controlled everything. It's dead. No, not that one. Behind it. Pete's pointing. That little red thing. I look. There's something partially hidden behind Roy's Ram. Small. Low. Red paint faded to pink. I know that vehicle. That's Diane's Geo Metro. Roy's voice is confused. She drove that? Backup car. Diane's looking embarrassed. My Honda's in the shop. I've been driving my dad's old Metro. 1991, 3-cylinder engine. Gets 50 miles per gallon. It's ugly but it runs. Pre-OBD2. Pre-computer engine management. Throttle body fuel injection. Electronic ignition, but it's all analog components. No microprocessors. That might work. That might actually start. Keys. I'm looking at Diane. She reaches into her jacket pocket, pulls out a keyring. Single key. Right here. We're all looking at the Metro. At the parking lot. At the 43 figures standing between us and that car. Here's the problem. Vernon's voice is quiet. Even if we get to the car. Even if it starts. There's 17 of us. A Geo Metro seats 4. Maybe 5 if someone sits in back with no seatbelt. We can't all fit. The silence stretches. Everyone's doing the math. 17 people. 4 seats. 5 if you squeeze. Maybe 6 if you're willing to risk 3 in back. That leaves 11 people. 11 people who stay behind. 11 people who die. I'm looking at Jesse. He's looking at the Metro. At the 43 figures. At the math. He's smart. He knows what Vernon's saying. He knows what comes next. Someone has to choose. Someone has to decide who goes and who stays. Who lives and who becomes one of those things standing in the street. Everyone's looking at me. Why are they looking at me? I'm not in charge. I'm not the leader here. I'm just a lineman who happened to survive long enough to reach this roof. But they're looking at me anyway. Waiting. For the decision. For someone to say the thing nobody wants to say. We draw straws. Roy's voice. Trying to make it fair. Random. Shortest straws go. Rest stay. No. That's Doc Patterson. We do this logically. Kids first. Then parents with kids elsewhere who might still be alive. Then productive working-age adults. Then retirees like me who've lived full lives. That's bullshit. Vernon's face is red. You're saying your life's worth less because you're old? That's math. Doc's voice is calm. Steady. Species survival. If humanity's going to endure this, we need the young. The fertile. The ones who can rebuild. Not the old. Not the used up. We're not doing utilitarian calculus on human lives. Diane's shaking. We're not, I can't. Someone has to. I'm hearing my voice. Distant. Like someone else is talking. Someone has to make the call. Because if we don't, we all die here. All 17 of us. And that helps nobody. I'm looking at the people in the shed. Really looking. Seeing them. Jesse. 14. My son. He goes. Non-negotiable. Diane. 3 kids elsewhere. She goes. She's got reasons to survive. Got people depending on her staying alive. Pete. 41. Wife and 2 kids in Tribune. If Tribune's still standing. If they evacuated west ahead of the storm. He goes. Roy. 67. No kids. Wife died 6 years ago from cancer. He stays. Doc Patterson, 74. Widower. Kids grown and moved to Oklahoma years ago. He stays. Vernon, 58. Divorced. 2 adult children in Wichita. Storm probably reached Wichita yesterday. His kids are probably gone. He stays. I keep going. Down the list. Making the calculation. The cold, terrible calculation. Who has the most reason to live? Who has the most to lose? Who deserves the chance? I hate it. I hate every second of it. I hate that I'm doing it. But someone has to. And everyone's looking at me. Jesse goes. My voice sounds mechanical. Dead. Diane. Pete. Angie. That's Pete's girlfriend. She's 26. Works at the grain elevator office. Young. Fertile. Doc's words echoing in my head. And Luis. He's 19. Graduated high school last year. Working at his uncle's repair shop. Whole life ahead. 5 people. 4 seats. 1 short. I'll squeeze in back with 2 others. Angie's saying it before I can. We can fit 6 if we try. Add 1 more. 6 people. 11 stay behind. I'm looking at the remaining faces. At Roy, who built the Faraday cage that saved us. At Doc, who's kept us patched together. At Vernon, who knows the county roads better than anyone. Jennifer. That's her. She's 39. Single mom. Her daughter's in Goodlands staying with grandparents. Goodlands 20 miles south. Storm might not have reached it yet. She might be able to get there. Save her daughter. You go. 6 people chosen. 11 condemned. I'm looking at the 11. At their faces. Some relieved it's not them choosing. Some angry at the choice. Some just blank. Accepting. Roy's one of the 11. He's looking at me. Good call. You picked the ones with the best chance. The ones worth saving. You're worth saving. I'm saying it automatically. Meaning it. You saved all of us. Built this shelter. We'd all be dead without you. I'm 67 with a bad heart and no family. I've lived my life. I've done my part. Roy's smiling. It doesn't reach his eyes. Make sure they make it, Tim. Make sure those 6 get somewhere safe. Make sure. Like I have control. Like I can guarantee anything. But I nod anyway. Because that's what Roy needs. Needs to believe his sacrifice means something. That the 11 staying behind are buying something valuable with their lives. Wait. Jesse's voice. Quiet. Dad's not going. Everyone looks at me. I'm not on the list. I didn't put myself on the list. There's 6 spots. Jesse's voice is rising. You picked 6 people and you're not one of them. Why aren't you one of them? Because someone needs to create a distraction. I'm saying it calmly. Rationally. Like it's obvious. The figures will converge on anyone moving. If I draw them away from the metro, give you time to get in and get it started. Then someone else can do that. Jesse's face is red. Roy can do it. Doc can do it. Vernon can. Jesse. My voice is firm. This is the right call. You need adults with you. Pete knows vehicles. Diane knows the roads south. They'll get you somewhere safe. I don't care about safe. Jesse's shouting now. I care about you. You're my dad. You're coming with us. I can't. My throat's tight. Eyes burning. There's 6 spots. You need 5 adults who can drive, navigate, defend you if needed. I'm the distraction. That's my role. That's how we maximize your survival chance. No. Jesse's shaking his head. No, we draw straws. We make it random. You said someone has to choose. Fine. But you don't get to choose yourself. That's not fair. That's not. Life's not fair. I'm gripping his shoulders, looking into his eyes. My son's eyes. You think I want this? You think I want to stay behind? I want to watch you grow up. Graduate high school. Go to college. Get married. Have kids. I want to be there for all of it. But I can't. Because the math says this is how we save the most people. This is how we give you the best chance. Then the math is wrong. Jesse's crying now. Tears streaming down his face. The math is wrong because it says you're expendable and you're not. You're my dad. You're all I have. Mom's probably dead. Everyone's probably dead. You're all I have left, and you're telling me to leave you here to die, and I can't. I won't. I'm holding him, pulling him close, feeling him shake against my chest. 14 years old. My son. My boy. The only thing I've ever done right in my life. And I'm sending him away. Sending him to survive without me. Because that's what fathers do. We sacrifice. We give everything so our kids have a chance. even when it destroys us. You're going to be okay. I'm whispering it into his hair. You're smart. You're capable. You're going to survive this. You're going to find other survivors. You're going to rebuild. You're going to do everything I couldn't. You're going to live, Jesse. That's what matters. You're going to live. Not without you. His voice is muffled against my jacket. I can't do it without you. Yes, you can. I'm pulling back, looking at him. You're stronger than you know, braver than you think. You're my son, and I'm so proud of you. I need you to know that. Whatever happens next, however this ends, I'm proud of you. Jesse's face. Jesus. That's the image. That's the one that'll stay with me. My son's face. 14 years old. Crying. Terrified. Looking at his father and knowing, this is the last time. This is goodbye. The one that sears into your brain. The one you carry forever. My son's face as I choose to die so he can live. We move in 5 minutes. Roy's voice breaks the moment. Tim draws the figures south. Rest of us go north to the metro. Pete drives. Everyone else stay low. We get to the vehicle, we go. No hesitation. No looking back. Good advice. Don't watch me die, Jesse. Don't see what happens when they catch me. When the static finds me. When I become one of them. Drive away. Survive. Remember me before this. Remember the good parts. Remember when I taught you to ride a bike. When we fixed the radio in your mom's car together. When we stayed up late watching the Royals game, even though it was a school night. Remember those versions of me. Not this one. Not the one who makes terrible choices and calls it math. Not the one who chooses death because the alternative is watching you die instead. Doc Patterson's at the door. Figures are still concentrated south side. If Tim goes down the south ladder, makes noise, they'll converge on that position. Should give us 60 seconds to reach the metro. Maybe 90. 60 seconds. That's my life. Measured in seconds. The time it takes for the figures to close distance. To surround me. To reach out with those dust-coated hands and... Don't think about it. Think about Jesse. About the metro starting. About Pete driving south. About my son reaching somewhere safe. Somewhere beyond the storm's reach. That's the only thing that matters. Ready? Roy's looking at me. No, I'm not ready. I'll never be ready. But I nod anyway. Jesse's gripping my arm. Dad, please, don't do this. I pry his fingers loose. Gentle. Firm. I love you, Jesse. More than anything. Remember that. I'm moving to the door before he can answer. Before I can change my mind. Before I can make a different choice. The wrong choice. The selfish choice. The one where I go with him and someone else stays behind. Someone else sacrifices. Someone else's kid watches their parent die. No. This is right. This is the only way. I know it's right because it hurts this much. Roy opens the door. The rubber matting extends to the south ladder. I step out onto it. The air smells like dust and ozone and ash. The figures below see movement. Heads turn. That mechanical, synchronous movement. All of them. 43 heads turning at once. Looking up. At me. I start down the ladder. Metal rungs. Hot from the sun. My hands are shaking. The burns on my back screaming with every movement. I'm halfway down when I hear the metro's engine crank. Once. Twice. 3 times. Come on. Start. Please start. The engine catches. That distinctive 3-cylinder sound. Rough. Uneven. Beautiful. The most beautiful sound I've ever heard. Because it means Jesse's leaving. Means he's going to make it. Means my choice wasn't for nothing. I reach the bottom of the ladder. The ground. Dirt and gravel. The figures are 20 feet away. Closing. That slow, deliberate walk. I step off the concrete pad. Away from the elevator. Toward them. Drawing their attention. Making sure they focus on me. Only me. Behind me I hear the metro's engine rev tires on gravel. Moving. Getting distance. I don't turn around. Don't watch. That was Roy's advice. No looking back. But I want to. God, I want to. Want to see Jesse one more time. See him safe in that car. See him escaping. But if I turn, if I watch, it'll make this harder. Make me want to run after them. Make me want to change my choice. So I face the figures. Face the static harvest. Face what's coming. The first one reaches me. Its hand extends. Dust-coated fingers. I can see the cracks in the shell. The blue glow underneath. The spark starting to arc toward me. I close my eyes. Think about Jesse. About his face. About teaching him to check voltage with a multimeter. About how he'd get so focused he'd stick his tongue out between his teeth. That little kid habit he never outgrew. About how he's going to live, how he's going to survive, how some part of me continues through him. My son, my legacy, my everything. The hand touches my shoulder. The pain is instant, total, like every nerve in my body igniting simultaneously. I'm screaming. Can't help it. The current's flowing through me, into me, overloading my nervous system. My muscles seize, lock up. My heart's beating too fast. Arrhythmia. The electrical signals that regulate heartbeat disrupted, replaced by the external current. My lungs aren't working. The diaphragm's paralyzed. Can't breathe. Can't. I'm dying. I know I'm dying. But through the pain, through the white-hot agony, I hear something. The Metro's engine. Distant. Fading. Driving away. Jesse's escaping. My son's going to live. That's enough. That's everything. The world goes dark. The body stands. Tim Gaskill is dead. Heart stopped. Brain activity ceased. But the static doesn't need a living host. The discharge flows through dead tissue, through nerves, through muscles. The electrical current pulses. The legs straighten. The arms hang. The body stands. In the parking lot. The grain elevator behind it. The Metro's gone. Dust settles on the skin. Hardens. Packs into a shell. The body glows faint blue. Foxfire light from the static trapped in the coating. The legs move. One step. Another. Automatic. The static pulses through dead muscle fibers. Contracts them. Relaxes them. A rhythm. Walk. The body turns. Follows the power lines. Follows the electrical gradient toward the next town. The next concentration of bioelectric signatures. Hearts beating. Nerves firing. Living targets. The corpse that was Tim Gaskill walks south. Joins the others. Hundreds of reanimated dead. All walking. All following the same electrical pull. All part of the static harvest. The storm moves on. The dead follow. Forever. 3 weeks. Jesse's in the passenger seat. The Geo Metro's engine makes that rough 3-cylinder sound. We're doing 45 on Highway 160. Pete's driving. Has been since we left Horace. Since Dad. Don't think about Dad. I'm trying not to think about Dad. Pete says we're 15 miles from the Colorado border. We've been driving south and west. Avoiding towns. Avoiding anywhere with power lines. The storm follows the grid. Dad said that. Dad was right about that. Dad was right about everything. Don't think about Dad. There's 6 of us in the Metro. Me, Pete, Diane, Angie, Luis, Jennifer. We've been taking turns. 3 in front, 3 in back. Switching every 2 hours. My turn in back is next. With Angie and Luis. Cramped. Uncomfortable. Nobody complains. We're alive. That's more than we deserve. More than the 11 who stayed behind deserve. More than Dad deserves. Jesse. Pete's voice is quiet. You need to eat something. Diane's got trail mix. I'm not hungry. Haven't been hungry since we drove away from the grain elevator. Since I heard Dad screaming. Since the screaming stopped. That took maybe 10 seconds. 10 seconds of Dad screaming while those things, while they, don't think about it, but I can't stop. I close my eyes and I see his face. The way he looked at me, the way he said he was proud, the way he lied and said I'd be okay. How can I be okay? How can any of this be okay? We're stopping. Pete's slowing down, pulling onto the shoulder. Bathroom break. Stretch our legs. 5 minutes. We get out. The air's cold. It's November. The temperature dropped overnight. We're higher elevation now. The plains giving way to foothills. The Rockies are visible to the west. Snow on the peaks. That's where we're headed. Pete says higher elevation means sparser grid. Less population. Better chance the storm hasn't reached there yet. Better chance Mom's alive. She was in Colby. Colby's north and east. Behind us. We drove past it 3 days ago. Stayed on back roads. Didn't go into town. But we could see it. See the smoke. See the structures coated in dust. See the figures walking the streets. We didn't stop. Didn't look for Mom. Pete said it was too dangerous. Said if she's alive she would have evacuated. Would have headed somewhere safe. Would have done what we're doing. He's probably right. But probably isn't the same as knowing. Isn't the same as seeing her. Talking to her. Making sure. I wanted to stop. Wanted to go in. Find her or find out. But Pete said no. Said Dad sacrificed himself so we could live. Said we don't waste that by taking stupid risks. Said that's not what Dad would want. He's right about that too. Dad would want me to keep going, keep surviving, keep moving away from the harvest zone. But knowing what Dad would want doesn't make it easier. Doesn't make the guilt go away. The guilt that I'm alive and he's not. That he chose to die and I chose to let him. I didn't let him. I argued. I told him not to. I said, but I got in the car. When Pete started the engine. When Diane said, we have to go now. When Roy pushed me toward the metro. I got in. I let them take me away. I let Dad distract those things. I let Dad die. I let Dad die so I could live. Diane's walking over. She's got her phone out. Still checking it. Still hoping for signal. We haven't had cell service since Horace. The towers are down or overloaded or the storm damaged them. No way to call out. No way to call for help. No way to know what's happening beyond what we can see. Nothing. Diane's voice is flat. She's been flat since we left. Since she realized her 3 kids are in towns we can't reach. Can't help. Can't save. She just drives and checks her phone and stares at nothing. Pete says she's in shock. Says we all are. Says that's normal. Nothing about this is normal. Jennifer's standing apart from us. Looking east. Toward Goodland. Where her daughter is. Where her daughter was. We drove through Goodland 4 days ago. During the night. The town was dark. No power. But we could see the figures. Silhouettes against the starlight. Walking the streets. Hundreds of them. Jennifer didn't say anything. Didn't ask us to stop. Didn't ask us to look for her daughter. She just stared out the window as we drove past. Silent. Her face blank. She hasn't spoken since. Just sits. Stares. Sometimes she cries. Quietly. So nobody notices. But I notice. I see her shoulders shaking. See her wiping her eyes when she thinks nobody's looking. She lost her daughter. I lost my dad. Diane lost her kids. Pete lost his wife and children in Tribune. The storm reached Tribune 2 days after Horace. We heard it on the emergency broadcast before the radio stations went dead. Trinidad has fallen. Tribune has fallen. Garden City has fallen. The storm's spreading faster than we can drive. We're not escaping. We're just ahead of it. For now. But for how long? Luis is checking the metro. Oil level. Coolant. Tire pressure. He knows cars. Worked at his uncle's shop. His uncle's probably dead now. Converted. Walking with the others. Part of the static harvest. Part of the network. Part of what Dad is now. No. Don't think about that. Dad's dead. Dad's not one of those things. He's not walking around with a dust shell. He's not part of the network. He's gone. That's all. Gone. But I saw him. Before we drove away. Before we got distance. I looked back. I shouldn't have looked back. Roy said don't look back. But I did. I saw Dad at the base of the ladder. Saw the figures surrounding him. Saw their hands reaching. Saw him fall. Saw him stop moving. Saw the dust starting to coat him. Saw him stand up. Saw him walk. He's one of them now. My dad's one of them. Walking south. Following the network. Following the pattern. Part of the harvest. My dad who taught me to change a tire. Who showed me how to read a circuit diagram. Who bought me my first trumpet. Who came to every band concert even when he was tired from work. Who loved me. Who died for me. He's one of them now. And I can't fix it. Can't bring him back. Can't undo what happened. Can't make different choices. Can't go back to the grain elevator and say, no, I'm not leaving, we find another way, we all go or none of us go. I can't do anything except keep driving. Keep surviving. Keep carrying the weight of what he did. What I let him do. We should move. Pete's voice. We're too exposed here. Too visible. If any of them are in the area. He doesn't finish. Doesn't need to. We all know what happens if they find us. We've seen it. Coach Henderson grabbing Dad. The static discharge. The screaming. The conversion. We all know. We get back in the car. My turning back. Between Angie and Luis. Cramped. Knees against the front seats. But I don't complain. None of us complain. We're alive. We're moving. We're ahead of the storm. That's enough. That has to be enough. Pete starts the engine. The 3-cylinder rough idle. We pull back onto the highway. Heading west. Toward the mountains. Toward sparse grid. Toward maybe. Toward hope. Except I don't feel hope. I feel numb. Empty. Like something inside me died on top of that grain elevator. Like I left more than just Dad behind. Left some part of myself. The part that believed Dad could fix anything. The part that felt safe. The part that thought if I just stayed close to Dad, everything would be okay. That part's gone. Dead. Converted into the understanding that nothing's okay. Nothing's safe. And Dad couldn't fix this. Couldn't fix anything. He just died. Gave up. Chose to let those things take him rather than fight. Rather than find another way. No. That's not fair. That's not. He didn't give up. He sacrificed. That's different. That's noble. That's what fathers do. They protect their kids. Even when it costs everything. But I'm angry anyway. Angry that he made that choice. Angry that he decided his life was worth less than mine. Angry that he left me. Angry that I have to keep going without him. Keep surviving without him. Keep being the son who lived while his father died. The guilt and the anger mixed together. Become the same thing. Become the weight I carry. The weight that gets heavier every mile. Every hour. Every moment I keep breathing while Dad doesn't. Jesse. Diane's voice from the front seat. There's a town ahead. Stonington. Population 89. We need to decide if we're going around or stopping for supplies. Supplies. We're running low. Food, water, gas. The metro's fuel gauge is on E. We've been running on fumes for 20 miles. We need to stop. Need to refuel. Need to resupply. But every town is a risk. Every structure might have them. Every street might be a trap. Around. That's Jennifer. First word she's spoken in 4 days. We go around. We don't stop. We need gas. Pete's voice is reasonable. Patient. The metro won't make it to the next town without refueling. Then we walk. Jennifer's voice is sharp. Hard. We walk rather than risk another Horace. Another Goodland. Another. She stops. Doesn't finish. Doesn't say another loss. Doesn't say another person converted. Doesn't say another person we couldn't save. She doesn't have to. We all know. We need the car. Luis is speaking now. Walking speed is 2 miles per hour. They walk the same speed. We can't outrun them on foot. We need the car. We need gas. He's right. But Jennifer's right too. Stopping is risk. Every stop is risk. But so is running out of gas. So is being stranded on foot. So is everything. There's no safe choice. No good option. Just degrees of terrible. Pete's slowing down. The town's ahead. Stonington. I can see structures. Houses. A church. A gas station. Phillips 66. The sign's still standing. The town looks empty. No movement. No figures. No dust coating. Maybe the storm hasn't reached here yet. Maybe we're far enough ahead. Maybe. Pete stops the car. I'm going in. Checking the gas station. If it's clear, we refuel. 5 minutes. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, you drive away. Don't wait. Don't come looking. Just go. I'm going with you. That's Luis. You need someone watching your back. Someone who can hotwire the pump if the power's out. Pete looks at him, then nods. They get out. I watch them walk toward the gas station. 2 shapes in the fading daylight. The sun's setting. We've been driving all day. Another day closer to safety. Another day farther from Horace. Another day Dad's been dead. 3 weeks. Dad's been dead 3 weeks. 3 weeks since I saw his face. Since I heard him say he was proud. Since I let him die. 3 weeks, and it feels like 3 years. Like 3 minutes. Like no time at all, and forever simultaneously. Time's broken. Everything's broken. The world ended in Horace, and we're just driving through the wreckage pretending there's somewhere to go. Somewhere safe. Somewhere the storm hasn't reached. But there's nowhere. Dad said it. The Eastern Interconnection serves 214 million people. The storm follows the grid. The grid connects everything. There's no escape. We're just delaying. Just surviving 1 more day. 1 more mile. 1 more tank of gas. For what? What's the point? What are we surviving for? I don't know. But I keep breathing. Keep sitting in this cramped back seat. Keep watching Pete and Luis at the gas station. Keep existing because the alternative is giving up. And Dad didn't die so I could give up. He died so I could live. So I keep living. Even when I don't want to. Even when the weight of it crushes me. Even when every breath feels like betrayal. Pete's waving. Pumps work. Station's clear. He's fueling the metro. Luis is inside. Getting supplies probably. Food. Water. Whatever's on the shelves. Taking what we need. Looting. That's what it's called. Looting. But there's nobody to buy from. Nobody to pay. Nobody alive in Stonington to care that we're taking their food. They're probably all converted. All walking south. All part of the network. All part of what Dad is now. Pete's done. Walking back to the car. Luis is with him. Carrying plastic bags. Chips. Beef jerky. Bottled water. The essentials. The things you can eat cold. The things that don't require cooking. Don't require stopping. Don't require anything except opening and swallowing and continuing. They get back in. Pete starts the engine. We're moving again. West. Always west. Toward the mountains. Toward sparse grid. Toward maybe. We're going to make it. Diane saying it. Not to us. To herself. Trying to believe it. We're going to find somewhere safe. Somewhere the storm hasn't reached. We're going to survive this. Nobody responds. Because we all know she's lying. To herself. To us. To the universe. There's no safe place. No ending where we survive and rebuild and go back to normal. Normal's dead. Normal died in Horus. Normal's walking the plains with a dust shell and dead eyes and static discharge. We're just ahead of it. That's all. Ahead. For now. Until the grid catches up. Until the storm spreads to wherever we're going. Until we run out of road. Out of gas. Out of time. Until we join the harvest. The Metro's engine rough idles. Pete drives. Diane stares at her phone. Jennifer stares east. Angie and Luis are silent. And I'm in the back, squeezed between them, thinking about Dad, about his face, about the way he looked at me, about the last thing he said. I'm proud of you. I don't deserve that. Don't deserve his pride, his sacrifice, his love. I don't deserve to be alive while he's dead, while he's walking, while he's part of the network that's consuming everything. But I'm alive anyway, breathing, surviving, carrying the weight of his choice, the weight of my choice, the choice to get in the car, to drive away, to let him die. 3 weeks. I'm 14 years old and my dad's been dead, been converted, been part of the static harvest for 3 weeks. And I don't know how to live with that. Don't know how to keep going. Don't know how to carry this weight. Don't know how to be the son who survived when his father didn't. But I do it anyway, because the alternative is stopping, is giving up, is letting Dad's sacrifice mean nothing. And I can't do that. Can't let him die for nothing. Can't make his choice worthless. So I keep breathing, keep surviving, keep existing in this cramped back seat, keep watching the sun set over the mountains, keep hoping there's somewhere safe, keep lying to myself that this ends anyway except all of us converted, all of us part of the network, all of us walking south with dust shells and dead eyes. Keep pretending there's a future, keep pretending I'll see Mom again, keep pretending Dad's sacrifice matters, keep pretending any of this matters. The Metro's engine runs rough. Pete drives west. The sun sets. The weight gets heavier. And Dad's still dead. Dad's still walking. Dad's still part of the harvest. And I'm still alive. And I don't know which of us got the worst deal.